The Onondaga County executive promises the largest economic development investment in state history.
But it's going to cost some people their homes.
Our father was a Holocaust survivor. He was about, I think, 5 years in concentration camps. He came here and managed to get to New York City and then managed to go to school and become a dentist, and this was his dream home.
So my grandparents have a farm on this road that dates back to the 1800s. Her 3 sons built their homes across the street. At the top of our road is actually where my grandfather was born.
The Richer and Serog families live on Burnet Road in upstate New York. Their properties sit next to roughly 1,200 acres of undeveloped land that's owned by the Onondaga County Industrial Development Agency, or OSIDA. Though it would only add 50 acres, OSIDA thinks Burnet Road is the key to finally getting a tenant to develop their unused lot. Though the Richers and Serog's land is not for sale, the county has authorized the use of eminent domain. This has stalled their plans for renovations and farming, and has cost their families thousands of dollars in legal fees.
It was tough, just having our own attorney. You know, he advised that we not fight the eminent domain because of the cost, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
At one point, the county executive called our lawyer, and I don't know what he said exactly, but after that she quit. So then it was a scramble to find another one. It was difficult because the OSIDA has retained 6 law firms in the town.
You wake up 3, 4 in the morning and you start thinking about it. And you know, halfway through the day you're exhausted because all the stress it puts you through, thinking about it all the time. It never leaves your mind.
What's happening on Burnet Road is only possible because of this infamous U.S. Supreme Court decision called Kelo v. City of New London. And in that case, a 5-4 court said that it was okay for the government to bulldoze the working-class Fort Trumbull neighborhood based solely on the fact that government officials said they could imagine putting something nicer on that land.
It just doesn't make sense to grab all this land and hope that a tenant will come by and pay tons of money for it.
These projects rarely have the desired result. After 15 years and $80 million of wasted taxpayer money, the bulldozed neighborhood in New London remains an empty field. The people whose empty promises of development fueled the condemnation have all moved on to other jobs. But the residents of Fort Trumbull can never go home again.
The backlash to Kelo was immediate and overwhelming. The Institute for Justice led a nationwide campaign pushing back against the wild abuses of eminent domain that were authorized by Kelo, and we were largely successful. 44 states changed their laws to make Kelo-style takings more difficult, and state Supreme Court after state Supreme Court rejected the reasoning of Kelo. But unfortunately for people like the homeowners on Burnet Road, New York is an outlier. In New York, the legislature has been looking to the courts have been looking to the legislature, and that means that New Yorkers have been looking at condemnation notices.
This was such a tight-knit neighborhood, and they've really targeted this neighborhood for destruction. It's just so sad.
If they can get their way with eminent domain, then nobody's place is really safe in New York.
The Institute for Justice is standing alongside the Richers, the Serogs, and all the other families who make their homes on Burnet Road to make sure that this kind of eminent domain abuse can't happen here, can't happen in the state of New York, and can't happen anywhere in the country ever again.
The Institute for Justice has been wonderful for them to come along at the time when they did, to give us hope, to give us an outlook that maybe we can change this in New York State and possibly be able to still stay here and retire.
Onondaga County officials are using the threat of eminent domain to force sales from landowners here, and we are standing up to fight back.